Hari Om to all. Sit straight. Our Sunday morning starts with Vatsalamma's golden divine voice. Head, neck, backbone straight. Let us prepare ourselves to tune up to this knowledge. Today, Lord is going to start his discourse. First chapter, he was silent. Let us bring our mind in the present moment. Let us learn to let go all the past regrets, future anxieties, present confusions. Let us take a deep, slow, conscious breath. We can smile in our mind. Let us chant loudly so that all lingering thoughts go away. Because sometimes not sometimes, most of the time our mind doesn't listen to us. So chanting is one way to ensure that mind starts listening, at least that time. Few other thoughts pass through our mind and intellect.
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekar ji. So when we are not well, we go to a doctor. We should not go to our neighbor. And depending upon our illness, doctor normally does three things. Whether it's fever also is there or very complicated illness is there. First thing what doctor would do would to diagnose and do some tests to know which kind of fever, what kind of illness is there. Second, once the diagnosis is done, I think the major job is completed by all doctors. The whole challenge is diagnosing what has happened. Second, doctor will give medicine or a treatment or a surgery or depending upon the complication of the illness. And the third thing, which normally is my favorite question, sometimes I irritate Dr. Narayan, whose diagnosis is super. Doctor, what can I eat? What can I cannot eat? That is the main question. Because what should I do? What should I not do? I think that the third question also is very, very important. And doctor will give treatment and instructions accordingly. So now, second chapter is the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. Big chapter, 72 verses. So what is there in second chapter? In second chapter, there are two things, treatment and instructions. If I just take the treatment but do not follow doctor's instructions, that take only diabetic medicine but not follow any instruction of doctor that you should walk every day for at least 5 kilometers, that is the best thing for a diabetic person, then you must not eat rice and sweets and this and that. If I do not follow any instructions and just take the treatment, it is not going to work. And if I just follow instructions but do not take the treatment, again it is not going to work. The patient will not be cured. So now here, very, very important chapter is coming, because if I get this, I get entire Bhagavad Gita. So the second chapter name is Samkhya Yoga, which means that Lord is going to give treatment to Arjun. And what is his disease? Shoka Samvigna Manasa. That I last time told in the last session, that this word we should not forget, because what Lord is treating, I must know throughout Bhagavad Gita. And in the second chapter, Lord again and again is talking to Arjun that if you do this, your shok will go. Why you are becoming sad? It is not worth. So we will see that. So the problem statement of Bhagavad Gita is Shoka Samvigna Manasa. That is where the first chapter completed. Second chapter begins with Lord's treatment now. Samkhya Yogah, that we will see in detail. So Lord is going to do two things. One is going to give treatment, that is the medicine, and instruction. So last time I mentioned 2 tablets we must remember in life. Bhagavad Gita is 2 tablets. Medicine and instructions. Do's and don'ts. What I should do. So now the case study is very clear. Arjun is in tears. He is confused about duties. He is sad, disappointed, frustrated, desperate. That is Shoka Samvigna Manasa. These are symptoms. Now very beautifully, our lawyer of Lord Krishna, Adi Shankaracharya, if we read his commentary on Bhagavad Gita verse by verse, he has not given any commentary for the first chapter. He has directly started his commentary from the 11th verse where Lord starts treatment. And before that, he has given analysis, diagnosis of Arjun's disease. So very important, number one question what we have in life, what is the problem in life? Please define the problem in one line statement. This is one important point because many people come to us and talk for half an hour, 45 minutes, and again go to another person and talk the same problem, but we do not understand what is the real problem. What is the real problem in life? So now when Arjun is in tears, confused, sad, disappointed, frustrated, desperate, do not know what to do, very important, Lord does not show him sympathy, empathy, compassion. Oh, nice, your sadness is justified. I can understand your situation. Nothing. Krishna starts his treatment in the second chapter with his word missiles, and last time I had mentioned these are slaps to Arjun. So one pointer here is that many people come to us, or we also keep crying. Most of the time we cry, creep, complain, criticize, compare. So when these things are happening, there to Lord Krishna was there, but somebody has to be there in our life where one who can give us a slap and say, stop crying first. Stop vomiting your sadness first, because it is not going to help you. And we think that the other person doesn't understand our problem, and the doctor doesn't understand. The doctor has seen 1 lakh patients. Before going only, the doctor understands what has happened, seeing the tests. So here Lord Krishna gives him 1 slap. He says, what happened to you? That also doctor asks us, okay, you are having fever. Where did you go? What did you eat? Please tell me, what did you do in the last 5 days? Where did this infection happen? How come this condition came to you? Now, this is a psychological illness which is difficult to diagnose. How come this condition of disappointed, dejection, disgracefulness has come to you, which is not suiting a warrior king? You are a warrior king. So again, one important thing is reminding who Arjun is. You have just defeated this army 1 month back, and now you are dejected, disappointed. What is this? What have you done? When somebody comes in, no, I have become overweight, we should not sympathize, empathize. Okay, what have you done to yourself? See, go home and see your 16-year-old photograph, 20-year-old photograph before marriage, and now you see your photograph. What have you become? Before marriage, you were so beautiful, so cheerful, so happy, so bubbly. And what happened now? We can see this if somebody is crying. Actually, one of the sadhana what one can do in life is every day we must see our 20-year-old photograph before marriage. That is one sadhana. Many houses there are walls where there are albums. So every day we must see, oh, this is how I was and how I have become. So Lord Krishna is asking, what happened to you? Bhagavan, I don't know what happened, so I came to you. Arjun would be thinking, where has your balance and equipoise in all situations gone? Warriors are not scared of war and are ready to give their life for righteousness and country. I have seen you. You are a warrior, you are a soldier. What happened to you? And then this verse is very, very interesting. This verse we must remember. Last time I told this verse should not be chanted. Those who are chanters, I am not a very good chanter. But this verse should not be chanted like this. Klaimbhyam masmagama partha. Loving, no. Partha, no. Klaimbhyam masmagama partha. We are to this, Lord is shouting. Shudram rudhaya daurbalyam. Get up. You are parantapa. You are the scorcher of enemies and you are sitting there and crying, and then are you an important person? This first word Lord says in Bhagavad Gita is, are you important? No, that is a very, very big insult to a warrior. We might not feel anything if somebody says, are you an important person? No. I am married, I have children, but then for warrior to listen to this word, Shudram Rudhaya Daurbalya. Get up. So the first word is not sympathizing, empathizing, care. This is one thing we must learn in life, when to sympathize, when to empathize, when to show a lot of care. When some people come crying to some people and they feel very good. No, this person shares with me everything. And what I do with that sharing, I add more sadness to his sharing. Sharing my problems, because I do not have any solution. I am not a doctor. So number 1 point, learning. We must not go to anybody to cry on anybody's shoulder. Number 1 point. Because people have got this habit. Once I go and cry on one person's shoulder, then I go to another person and show, man, this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me. And what should I do? I don't know what to do. Please help me. Then I will go to second person. So first of all, I should not go different people to cry and vomit. We must go to a teacher. Arjun's extreme Guruji says that he shared his problem with Lord Krishna, not with Shakuni. Duryodhana was sharing his problem with Shakuni and Karna. And then second, if I am listening to people's sadness, so first resolution today, that I must not keep crying, cribbing, complaining, comparing and criticizing, because I should drop that ASAP. If I want to cry on somebody's shoulder, I must select that shoulder who can give me solutions and who can give me all kinds of solution, who is a doctor, psychological doctor. Otherwise, the other person also is a psychological patient and I am also a psychological patient. I share my problems to that particular person, and that particular person feels very happy, and because somebody is samadukhi, my dukkha is more than you. So here one slap Arjun gets. When a person is crying with sadness and sorrow and confusion, when the person gets slapped, the person becomes silent. So Arjun becomes silent. Still he continues after crying for loudly, when children stop crying, they will do something and then slowly they will stop. So if you see after this 2.3 verse, Arjun still, but how can I fight? One slap he gives. Strong slap challenges him, get up, reminds you his role and duty in the first. What is your role? What is your duty? You only got into this problem now. Does not show sympathy, empathy, softness. if we want people to handle their own problems, we must learn to be strong with them, firm with them. Not that all the time shouting and being firm, because Lord loved him so much that after this he started his knowledge, and then we can see Lord's love again and again outpouring for Arjuna. So one more important point, we should only shout on those people whom we really love. If we do not love someone, we have no right to criticize, shout. We should not shout, or we should not criticize, or we should not cry and say something bad about a person or about a society or about our building or about our country where we have not done anything towards that. Lord Krishna has been helping this Hastinapur family for many, many years. He is living in Dwarka, he is coming to Hastinapur. We can see where is Dwarka, where is Hastinapur. Do not yield to importance. Klaibyam masmakama partha. Do not make your heart weak. Do not keep crying. Who are you? He's going to remind him. Why are you crying all the time? Again, this habit we must give up from today, because this is Lord's instruction that do not cry. Okay, once or twice you can cry, after that sorrow, confusion, something has happened. But again and again, same tape recorder going on with different people. Stop it. You are not a coward. Just go back and see your achievements, your skills, your knowledge. You are the best archer. Are you a coward that you don't want to fight? Get up. Hey Partha, get up and fight. You are Parantapa. When you come in front of enemies, the enemies run away. And here you want to run away. Saying that I will go to Himalayas and sit and meditate and I do not want to fight, because how can I kill my grandfather? How can I kill my teacher? How can I kill my relatives? So, important point. Sometimes, Lord is very strong on us and he wants to teach us a lesson, because sometimes our negativity is not burnt with love, or negativity is not burnt with nice, soothing, flowery words. Sometimes Lord comes strong on us and his intention is to destroy our fear, to burn our negativity and tamas. It is not always soothing that Lord will speak soothingly to us. As we mentioned, after these words, Lord Arjun still continues, repeats his weak logic for some time. Bhagavan, I don't want to fight. How can I fight? But his tone has changed now. And now a very important verse is coming here, and this must come in our life. This is where the transition or transformation happens in life. So this is a transformative word for Arjun, and through Arjun, most of us. Turning point in Arjun's life where there are 3 A's: admitting, accepting, and asking the right question. So these 3 A's are very important. Sometime I must go to a teacher and ask this question. All the time we are sharing our own knowledge and our own problem and our own thing. I must admit that there is a problem with me. Especially spiritual sadhak, because spiritual sadhaks do not admit their own problem, because I have got this knowledge. I must accept that I am confused, I do not know. And the third thing, I must ask the right questions. One of the quality of Arjun, why we got Bhagavad Gita, is Arjun asked so many questions. They say almost 54 questions or 45 questions Arjun asked. So this is a very important verse for us. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. Bhagwan, I surrender. I am confused. I am sad. I don't know what to do in this situation. I am now asking you to help me. So you might say, Bhagwan is not there. So we must go to somebody and say, please help me. So here is where the surrender of Arjun happened. Till this particular verse, he had not surrendered. And now here he says that I am your disciple. Arjun says, my heart is sad, heavy, my mind is confused about my duties. I ask thee, please tell me decisively what is good for me. This one question we must ask people. What is good for me in overall, my overall well-being? That you tell me. Don't give me solutions which are looking very pleasant and nice in the present situation, but which might put me in trouble later on. I am your disciple. Instruct me, advise me. I have taken refuge in me. Bhagwan, please help me. So this is very important. We must not ask Bhagwan only give me this, give me that. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? These are not the questions to be asked to Bhagwan. Even if Bhagwan is not in front of us like Arjun, but Bhagwan's statue is there. Bhagwan's photo is there. So we must ask this. I ask Bhagwan, tell me what will be good for me. Please guide me and this help. Let this help come to me in my life. So we must also know how to have conversation with Bhagwan. Tell me clearly, decisively, Arjun says, what is good for me. And then Arjun sits down, declaring he will not fight and become silent. Now this silence is not receptive silence, but breakdown silence. Now the Arjun has broken down, and that is where our Gita starts. Now this is very important because breakdown to breakthrough is Bhagavad Gita journey. So it's a complete psychological surgery what Lord Krishna is going to do now from 11th verse, from where actually the teaching starts. So important point, we have to admit our confusion. We should not say, no, I do what I will feel like doing, because then I will land in trouble. I do not know. This was my decision only few years back where I had taken this decision. And even if I have taken a decision, I must cross-check whether this decision is right in all perspectives. Who will decide? So three things decide: Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. My decision must be in line with scriptures. My decision must be in line with logic, rationality. What is the rationale behind it? And my decision must be in line with experience of mine or somebody else. We have to accept our ignorance. This is another turning point for Arjun, because now he is accepting his ignorance. And third, we have to ask right question to the right teacher. The best teacher is Bhagavad Gita. So now the psychological surgery starts. Complicated psychological surgery, because first of all, to diagnose a psychological problem is difficult. Now, as we mentioned, Adi Shankaracharya's commentary starts from 11th verse. He has diagnosed Arjun's psychological problem. That is a starting point, very beautifully. So the Lord starts. Now, very important point. Last time we had mentioned in the last session, suppose somebody asks us, in one word, what is there in Bhagavad Gita, you tell me. In one word. So in one word, Bhagavad Gita is called as Ashok Upanishad. Ashoka Upanishad. Ashoka means not Ashok Chakra or that Ashok king was there, but Ashoka. Ashoka means, Shoka means sadness, depression, agitation of the mind. Ashoka Upanishad. So another name for Bhagavad Gita is Ashoka Upanishad. This is very important. How can you say this in one word, that this is Ashoka Upanishad? Because Lord starts his teaching with this word and ends the teaching in the 18th chapter, which we just saw a few months back, with his last verse, that is the 66th verse in Bhagavad Gita in 18th chapter. What are the two verses? Sri Bhagavana Uvacha starts with word Ashocha Nanva Shochastvam. So the first word what Lord says in Bhagavad Gita as a teaching, Klabhyamma is the slap to him. But the teaching starts here where it says that do not become sad. That we are going to see in detail. And the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapter, 66th verse, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya moksha ishyami ma shucha. Do not worry, do not become sad. Now this is very, very important from psychological point of view, that why Bhagwan again and again is saying, suppose we read second chapter again and again is saying, do not become sad. Do not become depressed. Do not become sad. Do not become depressed. It is not worth it. So there is a psychological reason behind it, is that there are many emotions we experience in mind. Happiness, sadness, anger, jealousy, revenge, love, compassion, etc., etc. Out of all these emotions, when we see, one of the emotion which is the enemy of a human being, of human mind, is shoka, sadness. Whenever this sadness grips our mind, the mind contracts and the mind is not available for objectivity. We are going to see that mind is not available for thinking properly. And today we see that depression is a big, big challenge for many people. They say that America is depression capital. Many people live with pets because they can't get along with people. So central message of Bhagavad Gita, freedom from shoka, sadness. So number one, psychologically, sadness is the greatest, biggest enemy of our human mind. From today, we must not allow this sadness to come even near us. Because this sadness is very, very powerful, very, very intelligent. How it comes, from where it comes, we do not know, but it will grip our mind. And it will destroy our mind, because our mind will not be available for higher studies. And that's the reason, even after knowing all this kind of, no, I know I am Atma. I know there is God, but then it is not making any difference to me, because my mind is sad. My mind is depressed. My mind is most of the time cribbing, complaining, crying. So two words, starting word and the last word of Bhagavad Gita's Lord's teaching is shoka, freedom from shoka. So anytime when we are dealing with Bhagavad Gita, we must say how this verse, how this knowledge is going to destroy my shoka. Actually, one who reads Bhagavad Gita, understands Bhagavad Gita, this shoka will not come near us also. Do not ever grieve, worry, feel sad. Now the teaching starts. And now we have to take a deep breath. Sit straight. This is a very, very important point of Bhagavad Gita, because if we get this, we get the central message of Bhagavad Gita, because now the knowledge treatment starts. And before we go into the verse, what Lord is going to see, we have to see the background of why he is talking about sadness. What is the source of sadness? What is the root cause of sadness for all humanity? So now Lord is saying in the first verse that do not ever become sad for any living person or any dead person. It is not worth it. They don't deserve that you become sad, living or dead. Why are you becoming sad for a living person? Why are you becoming sad for a dead person? Sadness is greatest enemy, that we are going to see now. So what is Arjun's problem? Now why this is very important to understand before we go to the discussion on the verse, because suddenly Lord is talking about the highest knowledge, and suppose we read these two connections on Shoka Samvigna Manasa, what is Arjun's problem and what is Lord's answer, there is no connection, it seems. Like I go to a doctor and say, doctor, my stomach, I have a stomach ache, upset stomach. He says, okay, you go, you are Atma. but no medicine. This all world is false. Go back. No, that cannot be the solution, direct solution, but now we have to see the reason why Lord starts from this highest knowledge. So Adi Shankaracharya's commentary starts with this, and he has described Arjuna's problem. Arjuna's problem is Arjuna forgot who he was. Identity crisis. Any time in life when we forget who we are, either we are drunk, because that's the reason we laugh at people who are drunk. I know at least once in life you would have seen a person who gets drunk and starts saying anything, and then we laugh at that particular person. Where I do corporate training, every day there is a party. Every day people drink. At least 1 or 2 people get tossed up, and then they start talking to their boss when they are drunk. And the boss also laughs. He's not taking it seriously, and a lot of abuse happens, but then the boss is not paying attention. Piya hua hai, because he's forgotten who is he now. He has forgotten who is he when he's talking before the MD. So any time when we forget who we are in life, our problem starts. So Guruji says, we have to know what is Arjun's problem, and that is our problem. Who am I? When I forget who am I lose objectivity in viewing a situation. I do not see the situation as it is. And then I forget my role, goal, duty in life. So the whole challenge starts in life, where I forget who am I in this situation, what is my role, goal, what is my duty in this situation. And then when that happens, problem starts happening. Now here, very important point, many people think that, but I'm doing my duty, no? I'm doing my duty as a wife, I'm doing my duty as a husband, I'm doing duty in the office as manager, as subordinate. But why I'm not peaceful, or why I'm not happy, why I'm not having that kind of mind what Lord is mentioning in Bhagavad Gita? Because we are doing duty without knowing who we are. We are doing duty because there is doership in that duty. I'm taking this in for 1 minute more, because 1 or 2 sadhaks had asked me this question, that how can you say that after doing so much of duty also, I still get bonded, I don't get liberated, I don't experience that freedom, peace, happiness, joy within, but I'm not doing my duty towards everybody, no? I'm doing my duty towards my parents, I'm doing my duty in family, I'm doing my duty in the society, I'm doing duty in the office. How this can happen? So here Guruji is giving very beautiful answers, that even though I'm doing my duty, if I forget who am I in reality, what is my real nature, that doership will be there, then I expect results from that particular duty. Then there is attachment to the person whom I'm doing the duty towards. So my duty most of the time may be binding me than liberating me. And that's the reason, after spending many years in family and doing duty or in office, still I don't feel happy, peaceful, relaxed, fearless, because maybe that duty has put me in more bondage than liberated me. So now we have to see that how this sadness in mind can be treated. What is the cause of sadness? What is the root cause of this sadness for humanity? So why do we become sad? Number one, when we lose something what we love. Second, we are not getting what we want. Third, we may have this fear of losing something what we love. Anger I may get when somebody is obstructing in between what I get or what I want. But why do I feel worried, sad that something is getting lost? And now Adi Shankaracharya is saying, where Lord Krishna is mentioning that these people are not worth grieving, living people also who are there with you. oh, that means my parents, my husband, my wife, my children are not worth grieving. He says, no, you're not worth grieving because you have forgotten who you are and you have forgotten who they are. Now we will analyze very, very systematically why Lord is saying that. So first of all, 5 minutes are important before we analyze what Lord is saying. In the further 1 to 30, we are going to see 1 to 30 shlokas. But when we are covering 1 to 30 shlokas where this knowledge is given, we have to see some basic fundamentals because many of us are attending Bhagavad Gita directly and other texts we have not done in detail. So one question we must ask ourselves that why do we do any action? Any action in life, why am I doing? Any action, getting up, brushing, right from starting from that, sleeping, eating, to getting married, having children, having grandchildren, to going to office, earning, movies, restaurant, travel, leisure. Why do I do all actions? What is the fundamental reason behind it? So basically 2 motives are given. First, freedom from pain, sorrow, fear. So I do any action. I do not want sorrow, I don't want pain, I don't want fear. Unconsciously, consciously, I want to run away from pain, sorrow, fear. And second, I want to feel happy. And I want to feel happy all the time. I want permanent, complete happiness. I want satisfaction. I want peace. People say, no, I've got everything now. But when I'm doing japa also, the mind runs and peace of mind is not there. So these 2 we seek. That is the motive of every action. Now we are analyzing through this slide. This is very important. That what is the root cause of this sorrow? So we should not forget what we are trying to do. Because any doctor will first of all go to the root cause of the illness. Now there is a latest research. I had gone to a dentist. So she was mentioning that dental problems are root cause of spinal cord and joint problems. Now, many times we do not, but now there's a new research that she told there are many people who are coming and something is happening and that is rectified. Miraculously, their back pain goes away, neck pain goes away. Because actually this is connected to the tooth here and it is connected to the brain and then some nerve gets attached. I'm not a doctor, but then root cause may be something else only and we might be treating something else. So now through this slide, we must know first of all what is the root cause. And now Lord is treating the root cause in the first few verses in Bhagavad Gita chapter number 2 from 1 to 30. So there are 2 this is very important. There are 2 results of every action. We do not know. We only focus on the outer result, what we are getting. The outer in the world is success, failure, prosperity, poverty, or neutral. Like I study how many marks I get. I do this whether I get this or not. I do this whether I get this or not. I do not get this or not. It is delayed. But there is an inner result also for every action which we have to be careful. The inner result is whether I am getting bonded by that particular action, I am getting freedom from that action. And what is the impression left over of that action on my mind? This is a very, very important point for all spiritual seekers at whatever actions I'm doing. What are the actions at physical level, at talking level, at thinking level? Even if I'm thinking and not doing, this is creating a very strong sankhara, very strong impression. Sankhara is a word in Buddhism. It creates strong impression in our mind. Again and again, if I think, it will start creating impression. And this impression comes at the causal level, and this leads to subtle level, and this leads to gross level. So we have to be careful. What am I thinking? What am I emoting? What am I talking? Suppose constantly I am sad and talking sad things. That kind of impression is getting very strong in my mind. Suppose I'm talking about all happiness and cheerful and love, that kind of impression is getting in my mind, and it has its own connections with the brain. So now we have to pay attention, which is called as a ignorance cycle, because if we do understand this, we will understand what is a knowledge cycle, freedom cycle. So now we are coming to root cause of sorrow, case history of all beings. Manisha, is it frozen or what?
Yeah, I think you got disconnected.
Got it. Come back. So now this is very important, that behind every action at body level, gross level, there is a thought at subtle level. Without a thought, there cannot be any action. What is there behind a thought? There is desire at intellectual level. They say that wants go away, but wanting doesn't go away. This want is over, that want is over, but wanting is not going. Now, what is behind the desire level? Vasana. So this is where the whole impressions are formed of what we talk, what we are doing, what we are thinking, what we are feeling, what we are transacting with people's life, with different people, and we are not aware of this particular impression which are happening every moment, whether we are aware, whether we are not aware, whether we want or whether we do not want. There is an impression formed. This impression is called as vasanas, because of which we are born. So children are not born innocent. Children are born fully loaded with vasanas. From where these vasanas are coming? These vasanas are coming from sense of incompletion at causal body. I always feel incomplete with something. And that's the reason whatever I have, I'm not thinking much about that. Most of the time, most of us think about what I do not have. There's one Mahatma was telling today, many people are coming and telling about his tummy, because this person is having everything, but his stomach is not going inside. Bhagwan, Maharaj ji, mere paas sab kuch hai, but mera vajan hi nahi kam ho raha hai. And every time he's looking at other people's stomach. Sometimes people will come and tell you, your stomach is bloating. That means this person is 90% thinking about his stomach only. Anytime I go in before the mirror, I look at myself and my tummy. And then I say to other people, some people come and meet you and say, you're not looking you're looking dull today. I don't know, I'm not dull. In your eyes, there is dullness because you are thinking of lot of dullness. You're not looking okay today. That means you're not okay. So from today, we must drop this kind of greetings to people in the first time. When even after some time, you're not looking okay today, anything. So then you start the story, because I want to hear some sad story. At least something nice we can say, the dress is nice, you're looking nice. Even if the person is looking not so cheerful, but we can say, oh, you're looking pleasant today. Yatha drushti, tatha srushti. So where this sense of completion is coming? From all the time this sense of incompletion is there. So I must ask myself, I plus what will make me complete? A person, an object, a situation. The sense of incompletion is coming from delusion, false identification with. I identify with my body. Now this is very important to get. The moment I identify with my body, I will say my age is this, I am aging, I'm 70-year-old, I'm 60-year-old, I'm a woman, I'm a man, I'm this, I'm that, now I'm what is there, I'm just waiting. Because that I'm identified with the body is having so many diseases, so many pains, the body is like this. When I identify with the mind, I will say I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm irritated, I'm frustrated, I'm depressed. When I identify with my ego, I will say I'm confused. All these three symptoms Arjun was talking about. So this is at the causal body level. So where this false identification is coming from, ignorance of the higher self. Now this is where is the cause of sorrow. I do not know who am I. Anytime anybody used to go to Gurudev and Gurudev, this problem, that problem, family problem, children are not listening, husband is not listening, nobody is coming to this discourse, I don't know how to be. So why you are crying? He used to joke, one who is sorry and one who is holding a sari. He is a sansari. One who is always sorry. One who is sorry and one who is holding a sari. He is a sansari, is always crying only. Sari means not physical sari. All the time holding on to something. All the time sorry and sad about something. And he used to say, what is the problem? Who are you? You are Brahman, Satchitananda Swarup, and what is a state have you made for yourself? Who are you, Arjun? And you are sitting and crying and cribbing and complaining and trying to escape. Who are you? You are a warrior king of Hastinapur. So now the cause of all sorrows in life for all of us, case study, is ignorance leading to false identification, leading to sense of incompleteness, leading to impression in our causal body, creating desires in our intellect, creating thoughts in the mind and actions at the body level. So complete analysis is done here by Adi Shankaracharya, Lord Krishna, that how and where this problem is arising for Arjun. Because if we do not know this cycle, then we will not see the connection between Krishna's answer and Arjun's state. His problem in life, his disease in life. So what is the disease? The ignorance cycle. The ignorance cycle, this is what Adi Shankaracharya has said in his commentary. Ignorance, that is avidya, leading to moha. Moha is delusion, leading to sorrow, shoka. So avidya, moha, shoka is the entire story of mankind. And that is what Bhagavad Gita is going to do. So suppose avidya is the root cause of all diseases in life, of all sadness, depression, anger, agitation in mind, then what will be the medicine for avidya? Definitely vidya. So the treatment is freedom cycle, the self-knowledge, clarity, vivek, and the inner joy and outer efficiency in action. Vidya, Vivek, Ananda. So avidya, moha, shoka. So anytime we feel sad in life, anybody is depressed in life, anybody is sad, we are going to discuss this. Very, very important one. Unless and until we know this logic, this question will come, which many people are, why me? Bhagavan, why me only you chose for this? Why me? This why me question will go. We will see what are the benefits of this knowledge. So, avidya, moha, shoka, vidya, viveka, ananda. How will I get this self-knowledge? By giving up everything, moksha, sannyasa. Arjun told, yes, Bhagavan, that is only I wanted. I don't want to fight this war, I want moksha. He told, no. First of all, to get this self-knowledge, your mind must be peaceful. And to have a peaceful mind, you must do your duty. So immediately after this knowledge is given by Lord, Bhagavan starts Karma Yoga. So now 2 tablets are given in Bhagavad Gita. One is this knowledge tablet and then instruction tablets of Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Moksha, Sannyasa Yoga. So instructions are these. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Moksha, Sannyasa Yoga. Jnana Yoga is the medicine. And these 3 are do's and don'ts, instructions, how to live in this life, what to eat, what to not to eat, because you have to overcome this disease. When I was having ligament tear, doctor told there is no medicine for this. The only medicine is that 3 months you have to lie down on your bed, full stop. 3 months, nothing doing. So instructions has to be followed. He told if you do not follow this instruction, these 3 months will go to 6 months. So now Lord has understood, and then he starts with his famous verse, which we have seen in 2.11. You seem to be speaking words of wisdom. So very interestingly, those people who are sad, those people who are depressed, but they are very intelligent because they keep talking of different words. If you see sad people, they will talk more. Why are you grieving? So this is an important point now. He says in the first verse, Lord's teaching is that they do not deserve to be grieved for. Do not become sad for a living person, and do not ever become sad for a dead person. And your words are like Pandit. Logic you are giving, this, that, but your action is like a ignorant person. You talk like wise, but act like otherwise. So this is one sign of sad people. They will talk, and they will talk all intelligent logic, but their actions are not wise. So first rule, first law of Bhagavad Gita, from today, do not grieve for the living, do not grieve for the dead. Gurudev says, he says further, Bhagwan, Gata Suna Gata Suncha. This is a very important pointer. Pujya Gurudev has explained humorously this verse, this part of the verse. There are three types of people, he says, in this world. Three types of people we have to carefully understand. First type, one who are gone. 1 day before, 1 month before, one week, 1 year before, they are gone. Second, who are going. When people talk about this person is gone, I was living, this person is gone, I am living, as if they are thinking that I am going to live forever, I am also going. Kabir Das ji was traveling in a boat, and when he came into the center, the boatman told him, Maharaj, तैयार हो जाओ जाने के लिए, हम जानते नहीं हम कौन हैं. So he was a murderer actually. He used to take people in the center of the river and then kill them and take everything. Maharaj, तैयार हो जाओ. And he took out his knife. Kabir Das ji told, प्रभु हम तो तैयार है, हम तो जाएंगे ही, खाली ये बताना कि आप कब आने वाले हो. When are you going to come where I have gone? So first of all, those people who are cribbing and crying about people who have gone, no, they're thinking that I am immortal. So second type are who are going, who are on the way, maybe 1 day, one month, 1 year, few years are remaining on the way. Womb to tomb. Our journey is from womb to tomb. We are walking towards our tomb only. And the third who have not yet gone. So Gurudev in his humorous style, why are you grieving? Why have you become sad? After this Bhagavad Gita knowledge and after knowing Atma and ego, still you are crying for the person who has gone. What is this? He's telling Arjun, what is this? What are you doing? Ignorant grieves for the dead. Learned grieves for the living. Wise never grieves for the living nor for the dead. Those people who are ignorant, they are grieving for the dead. No, we're going to see that, huh? These questions and all, we're going to see, no. But why some people, why some children die early, why some people go early, why some people live, that we're going to see. That is what is the main topic, what Lord is going to take up, where he's saying that why wise neither grieves for the living. So we must not grieve for people, not that we must not become sad and do something for them and not cry. We must do whatever, we should do our duty towards them when they are living, when they are dead. We should do Shraddha when they are living, we should do our duty. But that doesn't mean that there is a scope for grieving. So why I'm again saying, because Lord is going to say this again and again from 1 to 30 verse. This is the main topic of Bhagavad Gita from today. I will not become sad, grieve, depressed for a person who is living with me. including me, and not for the dead, because wise never grieve for living nor dead. Why? Now that is the treatment of Arjuna. Because the wise knows the reality. What is this reality? How to know the reality? How is it connected to Arjuna's problem of sadness, confusion, and his forgetfulness? That is what is the most important topic of Bhagavad Gita, which is coming in the second chapter till 30th verse, because this knowledge is the key for removal of sadness in the mind. Suppose I do not have this knowledge and I am doing my duties, I am only following instruction. It is like not taking the medicine of diabetes, having a heavy diabetes, but only walking and not eating sweet, but that medicine I am not taking. I have to take a medicine and I have to follow instructions. So there are three realities that we will take up next time. We have to pay attention. What is the reality you are talking, Bhagavan? So there are three realities in life. We have to see that, and that is what is the discussion from 12th verse. From 12th verse, Bhagavan directly gives him reincarnation theory, 12th and 13th verse. Do you really feel they are dead? Or do you know that this person has already reborn there? You do not know. You know it by intellectual knowledge that this person is not dead here. This person is reborn in another place right now. This person is alive. Why are you sad? So all these things we are going to discuss in detail. Very important one, reincarnation theory, rebirth, which is a very interesting topic for many people. Next birth, where I'm going to take, where was I last birth, etc., etc. So there are three realities. Once we know, then the sadness will not touch us, and we eradicate sadness at the root cause level. Transactional reality, appearing reality, transcendental reality. These are the verses from 12 to 30. So as you can see up, we are taking verse from 11 to 30 in this summary. Extremely important topic. I'm inviting all of you. Next session is going to be our main session where this knowledge is expounded by Lord. And once this knowledge is expounded, then he immediately starts with Karma Yoga. Okay, now we have understood. Now you do your duty, get up and fight. Next Sunday, there is a family day. So the class will not be there because many of us are going to Pavai Ashram. There are almost 550 people have already registered. You know, when we are part of family, you know, we feel something different, love without attachment. And the moment we know that somebody is from Chinmaya Mission, all other thoughts go. Even when we go abroad and, you know, meet somebody and somebody says, I'm from India or I'm from Chinmaya Mission, suddenly everything dissolves and we connect. So this is a big family day next Sunday, half a day. Those who have not registered can still register. We want 4 volunteers. And it is going to be a enjoyable experience, khana, pina, and then a lot of activities. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.